Hail, dear viewers and listeners. I hope love flows in your hearts. After leaving the mystical shores of Australia, I found myself in Spain, a land of rolling green hills, ancient castles, and vibrant cities pulsing with life. Spain is a country of contrasts, where the fiery rhythms of flamenco meet the serene beauty of its countryside, and where history and legend intertwine seamlessly. Among its countless tales, I discovered one that spoke deeply of transformation, courage, and the essence of happiness. Before starting, subscribe to my channel and activate the bell button to be notified of the next stories. Let's go to today's story. The Weaver and the Nightingale. Long ago, in a small village cradled by emerald hills and golden plains, there lived a gifted weaver named Marisol. Her hands were as swift as the mountain winds, her eye for color unmatched. The tapestries she wove adorned the walls of noble estates, and travelers from distant lands spoke of her skill. But despite her fame, Marisol felt an emptiness within her soul. For years, she had sought to create the perfect tapestry, a work so flawless it would silence her yearning and bring her lasting peace. Yet every piece she completed seemed to fall short of her impossible vision. One cool spring evening, as the sun melted into the horizon, Marisol sat before her loom. Her fingers moved mechanically, but her heart was heavy. Suddenly, the air filled with a melody, soft and pure, yet laced with sadness. She looked up to see a small nightingale perched on her windowsill, its feathers glowing faintly in the twilight. The bird tilted its head and spoke in a voice that seemed to echo with ancient wisdom. "Why do you toil so endlessly, weaver?" Marisol blinked in surprise but answered, "I seek perfection. Only then will I find contentment." The nightingale chirped a thoughtful note before replying, "Perfection is an illusion, yet you seek it as though it holds the key to happiness. Come with me, and I will show you the thread you truly seek." Hesitant but intrigued, Marisol followed the nightingale as it fluttered into the gathering dusk. The bird led Marisol deep into the forest. At first, she marveled at the sights, the dappled moonlight filtering through ancient oaks, the soft rustle of leaves in the breeze. But soon, the journey grew challenging. She had to cross a gurgling brook, its waters icy against her skin. She climbed steep hills that left her breathless and navigated tangled brambles that scratched her arms. Still, the nightingale's song guided her, a beacon in the dark. Along the way, she encountered animals that seemed to embody the spirit of the forest. A fox, sleek and clever, taught her to find joy in the unexpected. A doe, gentle and watchful, reminded her of the strength found in stillness. Each encounter left her with a small but profound lesson, yet the nightingale urged her to press on. After what felt like hours, they reached a hidden glade bathed in an ethereal light. At its center stood a magnificent tree unlike any Marisol had ever seen. Its branches stretched toward the heavens, shimmering with threads of gold, silver, and every color imaginable. The nightingale perched on a low branch and spoke, "This is the tree of threads. Each strand holds the essence of life, its joys, sorrows, triumphs, and trials. These threads weave the fabric of existence." Marisol approached, her breath caught in wonder. The threads were beautiful beyond words, glowing with a life of their own. She reached out, intending to take a golden strand, but stopped. As she looked closer, she saw that the threads were not perfect. Some were frayed, others knotted or faded. Yet when viewed together, they formed patterns of breathtaking complexity. Their beauty lay not in their individual perfection but in their unity. The nightingale's voice interrupted her reverie. "Do you see now, weaver? Perfection is not the absence of flaws. It is the harmony of imperfection, the balance of light and shadow. Only by embracing this truth can you find what you seek." Marisol felt tears well in her eyes, not of sorrow, but of understanding. She gathered no threads, for she realized the lesson was not to take but to see. With a grateful bow to the nightingale, she began her journey home. The forest that had seemed so daunting now felt alive with possibility. She noticed the texture of bark, the soft hum of insects, the gentle curve of the moon overhead. By the time she reached her village, the first rays of dawn painted the sky. Marisol returned to her loom with a new perspective. She began to weave, but this time, her work was inspired not by a quest for perfection, but by the beauty of life as it was, messy, vibrant, and endlessly surprising. Her tapestries now told stories of joy and struggle, of love and loss, of moments both ordinary and extraordinary. People came from far and wide to see her work, not because it was flawless, but because it was alive. Her creations resonated with all who saw them, for they reflected the tapestry of their own lives. Happiness is not found in the pursuit of perfection but in the acceptance of imperfection. Life, like a tapestry, gains its beauty from the interplay of light and dark, triumph and trial, order and chaos. The journey itself is the treasure, and each step we take is a thread in the ever-unfolding story of existence. So, dear listeners and viewers, as you walk your own paths, remember, you are both the weaver and the tapestry. Embrace the imperfections, cherish the connections, and find joy in the threads that make your life uniquely yours. With your beautiful likes and comments, let me know your opinions. Until our next tale, take care of yourselves and bask in the beauty of life's woven wonders. Be in the shelter of wisdom.